This is the Leaf Riders of Wrenwood. My name's Landon, you're watching RPG ABC, and we are playing this quest calendar every week and having a ton of fun doing so. So why don't we go ahead, jump into this week, which begins on Monday, June 10th, 2024. You've stumbled upon a shallow water pool, the very source that once fed the well and the town above. However, it's rapidly dwindling. A gathering of insects surrounds the pool, their tasks seemingly completed as they sabotage the town's water supply. One of the insects detects your presence and signals its companions, prompting them to swarm in from behind you. So we have 3 enemies that we have to fight today. The insect twirls around its glaive in an impressive display of weapon mastery. Alright, let's attack with a +6. 16 plus 6, that's 22. That for sure hits. Roll damage, 2d8. 7. And 8. So that is 15 damage, and that one is gone. Enemy number 2, roll to attack. The insect launches into a grapple with you and tries to slam you into a slagmite. Alright, that is 11 plus 6 for 17. That barely hits, but it hits. Let's roll damage. Oh, that is completely cocked. 3, 6. That's 9 damage, and that one is gone. Enemy 3. The insect launches off the wall into a spiral death kick headed toward you. 10 plus 6 for 16. That hits. Roll damage. That is 5. Plus 2. That's not enough to KO it. I could use a spell to add a d4, so I will go ahead and use that. Now it only works for the page, but this is the last enemy, but I do want to try to avoid taking as much damage as possible. So 3. So that is let's see. I rolled a 5 and a 2, right? So that was 7 plus 3. So that is 10, and that is enough to take him out. And if you killed 3 enemies, you gain D6 amber. Is that a 6? That's a 6. Heck yes. We are at 21 amber. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Indeed. All right. Let's go on to the next day. Tuesday, June 11th, 2024. The water continues to drain into a hole, revealing a larger cavern beneath. As you peer down, a sense of movement catches your eye. You'll need to venture deeper into the cavern to halt the water loss. Okay, so we are at X, and we need to go deeper into the cave. So there's a branch off into 3 before we hit 1. So let's hit 3 first. The cavern suddenly fills with pungent odor, signaling the release of deadly gas. Your vision blurs and the fumes cloud the tunnel, making breathing difficult. There's going to be a constitution roll. Reminder, danger sense, and survivalist. I am a survivalist, but my con is -1. So this is just a +1 total right now. Natural 20. Whoo boy. All right, so we gain that boon, and we get the best result. If the result is 15 or more, you quickly find a small fissure in the cavern wall through which fresh air flows. Following this draft, you discover a safe passage that bypasses the gas-filled area. Nice. Nice. So then we're back out here, and I do want to hit everything, so let's go back to 1 and 2. 1. This tunnel's precision and polished walls differ drastically from from natural caverns, hinting at expert craftsmanship or machinery. With every step, you search for clues to unravel the secrets. This is going to be an intellect reminder investigator. We are an investigator. Our intellect is +3. This is +5 total. 16 +5 for 21. If the result is 12 or more, you recognize signs of an advanced excavation, possibly from ancient machinery. Scattered drill marks further confirm its deliberate construction. What did the insects use to dig here? On your path, you stumble upon a small satchel containing some amber. Gain 2 amber. Nice. So we are at 23. All right, and let's check out Area 2. The cavern buzzes with insects, their chatter mixing with sounds of the tools they use. Their organized actions hint at intelligence. They haven't noticed you yet. Sneak up on them for a swift attack. This is going to be dexterity. Reminder, stealthy. I'm not stealthy, but my dex is 3, so... That's 14 +3, that's 17. If the result is blank or less, if the result is 14 or more, using the darkness as cover, you approach the creatures unnoticed. And then I attack this creature. So +6 to attack. 10 +6 is 16. Roll from some damage. That's 6. And 7, that's 13 damage. Yeah, he is KO'd. All right, and then we move into Area 4. Further along, the tunnel descends into an impenetrable black. The lack of sight accentuates each echo, from dripping water to soft scuttle of unseen entities. Drawing from your senses, you try to navigate or possibly manifest a light source. Okay, so this is going to be Wisdom, which we're +2 with. That's 13 +2 is 15. If we barely make it to the best result, but if the result is 15 or more, you discern a slight shift in air currents, hinting at a nearby cavity. Pursuing your hint, you encounter a grotto adorned with radiant crystals that bathe the surroundings in their glow. Within the grotto, you discover an abandoned satchel containing warding ointment. Ooh. Let's check that out. Warding ointment. Oh, I get to add that to defense. Nice. Nice. And then we head to Area 5. Here we are. Area 5. You find a tunnel that ends abruptly. This is the way to go, but the tunnel is blocked by something. You may stop here or continue to explore before returning. Yeah, so we already did our exploration, so let's go ahead and move on to the next day, which is Wednesday, June 12th, 2024. More combat, yay. As you exert pressure against the obstruction, you realize this solid, sleek surface is covered in fur-like fibers. Suddenly, the ground trembles and the obstacle starts rotating, revealing a massive insect before you. Its nose features a formidable drill-like appendage. Spinning with a resonating buzz, a small, frightened bug cowers behind it. Okay. There isn't enough room to maneuver in the tunnel. Be careful not to get pinned down. Okay. So it looks like I have to roll dexterity or become restrained. What does restrained mean? Oh, and unable to attack this round. Okay, so dex is +3. So let's roll our first round. The insect lunges forward, aiming its rotating drill nose directly at you, attempting to impale you. That is 11 +3 for 14. We succeed. So let's go in for our attack with +6. We are not restrained. We rolled a 2, plus 6 is 8. And we need a 13. We miss. We miss. So let's roll our defense, which is also plus 6. 16 plus 6. That's way better. So we take partial damage, and that's only 1. So we are at 13. Okay. Okay, round 2. Roll to see if we're restrained. Plus 3. That is 3 plus 3 for 6. We are restrained and unable to attack. Okay. Defense roll. That is another 3 plus 6 for 9. Our defense needs to be 12. I could use our boon. We have a 50% chance, so let's use it. That's 1. We do have that warding ointment. Because that brings us up to 10. Right? Yeah. That warding ointment we just got, we're going to use. Okay. And we're going to add a d4 here. So as long as we don't roll a 1 again, we'll take partial damage, which is way better. I just saw it. It was 3 damage normally, 1 damage partial. So hopefully we don't get 1. 4. Okay. So we take partial damage. That's 1 damage. So we are at 12 hit points. Round 3. Restrain check. 4 plus 3. We are restrained, so it's just defense. The insect charges at you, drilling into the ground and sending debris flying in your direction. In the tray. Come on, Landon. 8 plus 6, that's 14. Okay, we succeed on our defense roll, and we take partial damage, which is just 1. Okay. Round 4. Let's see if we can actually damage this thing for once. Restrain check. Okay, that is 6 plus 3. That's 9. That's another failure. We're not doing well. We're not doing well. Okay, so we can't attack, so let's just jump straight to defense. That's plus 6. 12 plus 6 is 18. That's a success, and we take partial damage, which is 0. It abruptly retracts its drill nose, then rapidly extends it, attempting to strike you with a powerful jabbing motion. If you didn't defeat the enemy, it shakes off the damage and regroups for another attack. Ugh. So we did nothing. Nothing happened. Cool. Cool. It says collect 1 amber for each round you stunned the enemy. Yep, didn't do that. And we didn't deal any damage to it, so we don't gain any additional amber. So, moving on to the next day. Thursday, June 13th, 2024. The reckless assault from the drill beetle is causing the tunnel to crumble under the strain. The walls are collapsing and creating a chaotic environment. Amidst the battle, you find yourself fending off the beetle's strikes and struggling to navigate the debris and avoid its deadly drill. Engaging combat. Combat today will operate in the following ways. Beware of collapsing tunnel. Use your strength to push the debris out of the way. So we roll strength in order to avoid being weakened. Weakened will make you inefficient at defending yourself. Okay. You will continue to repeat the combat round until you've dealt enough damage to defeat the enemy. Okay. So we attack with plus 6. That is 11 plus 6 for 17. That's enough. 2d8. 6 plus 7, 13, plus I'm going to cast Petal Storm and add a d4 to that. 13 plus 4 for 17. So we're over halfway there. It's going to attack. So first we have to see if we are weakened. Strength is plus 0, straight roll. 8. So we fail that. So that means what happens? We re-roll our defense and take the lower result. Got it. So defense plus 6. Let's see. In the tray. That is 3. Yeah, that's probably going to be the roll. And 19. Yeah, so 3 plus 6 is 9, and that is not enough defense. So damage is d4. That is 3 damage. Yikes. We're 8 hit points. Round 2. It's got 13 health left. We roll to attack. Plus 6. That's 15 plus 6 for 21. That hits. Damage. 7. 4. That's 11. Dang it. We missed by 1. We rolled a 1, got 12. It has 1 hit point remaining. Alright, let's see how weakened we are. That is 5. We are weakened, so we take the lower result for defense. First result's 14. That's not bad. And 3. Alright, so we take full damage. That's 4. Oh my gosh. If we don't hit here, we could end up dying. I think this is the closest we've been to death in a while. So let's roll to attack. 14 plus 6, that's dirty 20. We hit. So we roll damage. It doesn't matter because it's only got 1 hit point, and we roll 3 dice. So it's 6, 2, 8, 4, 12 damage. We take him out. Once you defeat the enemy, the tunnel caves in, trapping and crushing the drill beetle. In the chaos, you find a narrow passage to escape just in time. The collapsing debris seals off the drain, allowing the well to gradually replenish its water once again. Collect D12 amber for defeating the drill beetle. 4. So we're at 27 amber. All right. On to the next day. Friday, June 14th, 2024. After emerging back to the surface in Mudbrook, you are met with jubilant cheers from the townsfolk as the water level in the well starts to rise. The atmosphere is joyous, and the mayor, Dulltooth, declares a grand celebration. During the festivities, a gentle rain begins to fall, enhancing the sense of joy throughout the town. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to your heroic actions today. In recognition of your valor, I present to you the key of Mudbrook. Mayor Dulltooth ceremoniously hands you the scepter and the key you've been seeking. Join in the merriment and revelries should you wish. You can continue your journey tomorrow. All right, so feast and merriment. The tables are laden with sumptuous dishes from the surrounding regions of Mudbrook, a rich array of flavors and aromas that tantalize your senses. Musicians play jolly tunes while children dance and laughter fills the air. As the hero of the hour, many townsfolk approach, eager to share tales and hear your adventurous recount of the underground expedition. Roll charisma, which is +1. That is a D12, not a D20. We rolled higher on the D12. So that's a natural 2 +1 for 3. If the result is 7 or less, overwhelmed by the attention and unsure how to navigate the social intricacies of Mudbrook, you find yourself a few awkward conversations. Still, you're content with the excellent food and company, even if you don't shine socially. Dancing. The drums and fiddles play a contagious tune, beckoning all to join the dance. The townsfolk, their spirits high with the new-found hope and rain, form a lively circle. With the wet ground beneath, the raindrops overhead, the dance becomes a joyous blend of tradition and improvisation. This is going to be a dexterity roll, which is +3 for us. What is that? That is a 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. We barely make it to a success. If the result is 12 or more, with the impeccable timing and fluid movements, you not only follow the dance, but also introduce some inventive steps of your own. The crowd is thrilled, and your performance becomes the highlight of the evening. As a gesture of appreciation, the musician gifts you a small flute worth 1 amber. So we're at 28 amber. Nice. Games and contests. With the town spirits uplifted, various games are set up to entertain and engage the crowd. There's something for everyone, from shooting targets to foot races to proving one's might in a tug of war. Participating provides a fun distraction and a chance to earn rewards and the admiration of the townsfolk. Dexterity or strength. So I will go dex for this one because it's +3. 4 plus 3 is 7. If the result is 7 or less, we just barely didn't make it to the better result. The joy of the celebration perhaps overindulgent in the feast, have made you slightly off your mark. You stumble in the foot race, miss the bullseye in the archery, and are swiftly pulled over in tug of war. You might not have won, but you certainly entertained. Reduce your health by 1 due to minor injuries. Oh, jeez. Can I rest? I'm really hoping tomorrow we rest. We can plan at dawn. All right, that's it for the day. So let's go ahead and jump into the next day, being Saturday, June 15th, 2024. A group of adventurers approach you during the celebration. We're quite impressed with what you did for the town. We'd like to join you. So we have a wild chanter, a ranger, and a pirate. The pirate gives me something new at the very least, which is a locksmith ability. So do I have to pay? Party members, 25 amber is a little too rich for me right now, I think. But okay. Let's see. What is my party looking like? Oh, I've only got 2. All right, fine. I'll hire the pirate and go down to 3 amber. It's terrible, but having locksmith could possibly be useful in the future. So let's get that sticker of the pirate. There he is. 5 health. Okay. I think I'm going to use my 2 other party members' abilities to try to heal a little bit. We'll see how that goes. Or should I wait? Because I do risk damaging them. But if I get a rest, they heal anyway. So might as well, you know? So let's find out what we get. just looking for red. No, we're looking for hearts above a 9. Or 9 or above, I should say. Hearts 9 or above. I'd rather just roll than do this whole deck shuffling thing. I think it's an interesting idea, but I just don't think it works out very well. Because you're supposed to shuffle every time before you use the abilities. And so like you can't really like play the system and count cards and that kind of stuff, which would bring in a level of skill to it, you know? So let's go with our Bard. Nope. Let's go with Ivy Bushtail. Nope. Both those fail. But no face cards, so they don't take damage. Okay. And then the pirate does have the opportunity to give us extra damage, which is pretty cool. So let's come back here. Do I use a spell point? Because those two failed, I think I will use a spell point to heal. Now that is half my spells gone. But hopefully we're not one hit away from death, you know? 3. So we double our hit points. We're at 6. But that's it for this week. Thank you so much for joining me on this adventure. I hope you are having just as much fun as I am. If you are playing along, let me know how yours is going. And if you played this before, let me know how yours went down in the comments. I'd love to hear about that. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I will one man show. I will see you tomorrow.